Imagine being on a peaceful sailboat, only to be interrupted by a call that changes everything. This is the story of racehorse Heinous and his most notorious client, Cullen Davis. On August 20th, racehorse Heinous was enjoying a quiet Sunday when he received shocking news. Cullen Davis was arrested for hiring a hitman to kill his divorce judge. The details were sketchy, but the FBI had staged the judge's murder, taking photos and videotaping Cullen allegedly paying $25,000 for the hit. Heinous, a renowned criminal defense attorney, was puzzled. "I don't have the foggiest notion what's going on," he told the reporter. The evidence against Cullen was overwhelming: 4 tapes of incriminating conversations, $25,000 in cash, a faked photo, and a .22 pistol with an illegal silencer. By Sunday night, Heinous and Cullen's defense team were back in Fort Worth, ready to tackle this new legal battle. Heinous had previously won Cullen's acquittal in Amarillo, where Cullen was on trial for the murder of his wife's boyfriend and her daughter. That victory had cemented Heinous' reputation, but fame had its drawbacks. It was harder to pick a jury, and the constant demands on his time affected his concentration. News of Cullen's latest arrest reignited Heinous' old fire. He arrived in Fort Worth like Eddie Stanky sliding cleats high into second base. The prosecution's case hinged on the tapes, including one where McCrory said, "I got Judge Eidson dead for you," and Cullen replied, "Good." Heinous knew recorded conversations weren't automatic proof of guilt, but these tapes were formidable evidence. In the Amarillo trial, Heinous had discredited eyewitnesses and attacked the lack of physical evidence, leading to Cullen's acquittal. Heinous' defense strategy often involved multiple scenarios to cast doubt on his client's guilt, a technique he would need again. In Amarillo, Heinous had portrayed Priscilla Davis as a second-worlder addicted to painkillers, confusing her identification of Cullen as the killer. Heinous' showboating in Amarillo, including a famous photograph of Priscilla and W.T. Rufner, had charmed the jury and discredited the prosecution's witnesses. Heinous' hardest decision in Amarillo was whether to call Cullen to the stand. He decided not to, trusting the jury instead. When the jury acquitted Cullen after less than 5 hours of deliberation, Heinous was emotional. It was his greatest victory. 9 months later, with Cullen arrested again, Heinous was ready to confront McCrory, a proven liar who had previously been a defense witness. Heinous quickly formulated a scenario where McCrory, Priscilla, and Pat Burleson conspired to frame Cullen. The trial was moved to Houston, presided over by Judge Pete Moore, a longtime friend of Heinous. Heinous' defense strategy faced challenges as Judge Moore limited irrelevant testimony and rushed the jury selection. The defense's first line of defense, connecting the conspirators, was in jeopardy as the state didn't call Priscilla or Burleson as witnesses. The second line of defense, an alibi, was irrelevant since Cullen's voice was on the tapes discussing murder. Heinous attacked the intent of the tapes, suggesting Cullen was playing along to gain information for the divorce trial. The prosecution focused on the tapes, but Heinous reminded reporters that the defense's turn was coming. Heinous called Priscilla and Burleson as witnesses, but Judge Moore ruled many of his questions irrelevant. The defense's bombshell witness, a secretary, claimed to have seen the conspirators together, but her delayed testimony reduced its impact. Heinous expanded the conspiracy theory, including the Tarrant County DA's office, the FBI, and Cullen's brother, Bill Davis. Cullen testified, claiming he was following instructions from a bogus FBI agent to play along with McCrory. Cullen's story sounded incredible, but Heinous planted seeds of reasonable doubt, suggesting the tapes were part of a larger plot. The trial dragged on, with Heinous and prosecutor Tully Wilson nearly coming to blows. Judge Moore resented Heinous' tactics. After 44 hours of jury deliberation, the trial ended in a mistrial. Cullen was released on bail, and Heinous declared it a victory for the system.